Hey everyone, my name is Sam, and I am with the Socialist Party USA presidential campaign, Mimi Soltysik and Angela Nicole Walker, 2016. So I'm here to talk about socialism in the sense of why not capitalism. Specifically, why not profits? So, profits. Basically everything we buy is actually worth less than what we paid for it. How? Well, it's profit. Profit is value added to a good or service after cost, the cost paid to produce what we are purchasing. So when profit is added on, that's not because the cost of a product or service increased. It is so that we can just essentially pay more than what the cost or value of a product actually is. So profit is tacked on to goods and services we pay for with our wages. Now the wages we earn are not subjected to profit. So why is this? Well, that's because the very definition of profit is the financial gain one receives after the total costs are paid for to produce something for sale. And since labor is included in cost, and profit is monetary gain after total cost, workers do not gain profits from their wages. But this also tells us something else. The labor one expels on creating or providing a good or service is part of the cost of a product. The raw materials, transportation, tools used, and labor to create something are all added onto the cost of a product. But if profit is added onto a product after cost, the person who benefits and lives off of profit does not add any value to the product. They do not have any stake or right to the cost of the product. They did not use their labor to enhance or create the product, for if they did, that would be calculated into the cost. Instead, they simply tack on extra money to pay themselves. And who pays for this? Well, it's the workers. Because on one hand, workers create the good or service that is then price gouged, and on the other hand, workers are forced to buy goods and services at an inflated price. Inflated due to profit being tacked on. Now, some economists say profit comes from deferred consumption by capitalists, but deferring consumption is antithetical to capitalism. Markets must be buying and selling things at all times in order for industries to succeed. If workers did not consume anything from the market, how would all the capitalists earn their profits? Moreover, isn't it a lot easier for someone who has $1 million to defer consumption than it is for someone who has $100 to defer consumption? If we were basing the current economic system on hard work, we should be rewarding those who have little to no money for not spending anything, because that takes much, much more sacrifice than someone who has everything to not consume. So profits are essentially for propping up people who don't add value to the cost of a product and subjugating those who do. The people who live off of profits don't even make the very profits they are earning. Those come from the people buying the products, the workers. And the very products made have no value added to them by those who profit from them. If they did, it would be added to the cost of the product. So next time someone talks about lazy people who don't want to work, get everything for free, say, yeah, I agree. People who live off of profit shouldn't be so fucking lazy.